Hey guys and girls, just making another video on the progress of my tobacco growing and processing. I've only done one other video, and that was germinating of the tobacco seeds. I didn't bother doing one for getting the seedlings up and going and in the garden. I'm pretty sure if you're half green fingered you'll figure that one out. But I'm back now just looking at what you do once your tobacco starts to ripen. You want to cure it, dry it, and process it into smokable tobacco. This is going to be a bit of a lengthy video, so just bear with me because I've spent a lot of time researching on the internet, other YouTube channels, and piecing bits together and coming up the best way to do it for me. And yeah, let's go. So I'm going to just give you a look at my patch here for a moment. So it's my tobacco I've got growing in the backyard. I've got two varieties. These big ones here are a New Zealand heritage tobacco. It's Hauraki Burley. You can find those seeds online. And the other one I have over here, which isn't doing too well this year because of all the rain we've had, you know, Cyclone Gabrielle and all the rest of it. These things should be as tall as these Hauraki plants by now, but they've suffered a bit. So there's two distinct differences with these plants. They're both burley. This is a golden burley, and with the golden burley the leaves will actually start to yellow on the plant as they mature. Which makes it real easy for once they go yellow like that, you can pluck them off and hang them for air curing. These ones, however, down the bottom here, you can see they're still solid green and they don't actually yellow on the plant at all. Now, this is the first year I've grown these, but I've figured out how to manage them, how to process them, so I'll include these ones in this video as well. So yeah, that's my garden, and those yellow leaves back there are ready to come off and be hung for air curing. I'm just going to whip you into my garage now and show you that side of things. I'm trying to piece together all of this in one video just to make it real simple for people, because I spend a lot of time researching on YouTube and Google and putting it all together. And it's not easy, you know, no one actually goes through the whole processes and finishes it and shows you what the outcome is, and it just gets frustrating. Okay, so the leaves would come into my garage here and they're a bit green still, but it only takes a couple of days and they go down to a banana yellow, nice yellow leaves. And I just hang them up in batches of 4 or 5 leaves. I just put a rubber band around them and then hang them up with a peg. Real simple. And just hang them up there. Once they've hung up there for probably a couple of weeks, they'll start to look like this. You can see it's still a bit of yellow, still soft, but they're going brown, like a caramel brown colour. Some will dry faster than others. But you just hang them up there until they all go a nice dry. So the stem is dry like that. Right, and how you get them to this point without being breaky, these are still soft, guys. And if they do go crunchy at this point, it doesn't matter. You just give them a little spritz with water and they come soft again. But you don't want them to have too much heat in your shed. You want some airflow. You don't want hot air. You just want a nice cool breeze. Your garage will get hot, you know, through the heat of the day. But you just close your garage up. Close it up so it's humid. You don't want hot wind or hot breeze coming through, because that's what will dry your tobacco to a crisp. So when you're in the heat of the day and the breeze is picking up and that, close all your doors and windows. It doesn't matter if your garage inside is hot, as long as that hot air is not blowing your tobacco like a hairdryer. See, that's just about fully cured and that's still soft. We've had a bit of rain and that will make it supple again too. It's not fully cured yet. You can still see the stem's still not dry. And when they are dry, I just chuck them all in a cardboard box, collect them all up, they can sit in that cardboard box as long as you want. It does not matter. Once it's gone brown like that, that's a beautiful leaf right there. Nice and golden, nice and dry. Okay, collect them all up. I'm just going to pop you over and show you this Hauraki burley, right? What I do with that, because they don't yellow on the plant, I put them in this, cover them with a towel or a rag or something like that. You can see they're starting to yellow. Okay, or if you get them in the right light, you can see, there you go, you can see they're starting to yellow. These have only been in here for a couple of days. Where are we? This one here just went in here this morning. So they look like that, real dark. And then within a couple of days they start to lose their green and go yellow. And I'll leave them in here until they are looking like they really want to turn yellow, or are turning yellow, and then I'll just hang them up with these guys and let them go through the rest of the process. Once they turn to that, once they start turning yellow, as long as you don't bake them with too high a temperature or that hot breeze coming through, they'll just continue to wilt down to a brown leaf. And what helps, I purposely put these louver windows in here so I can open them up. This one here is facing out to the west. This one here is facing out to the east. And I open those in the morning, in the evening, when the cool breeze is coming through. Here's my leaves right here. That breeze, any subtle breeze will blow these guys around and dry them down. That's why it's called air cured, not heat cured, not hair dryer dried. Just the airflow, cool airflow will dry these guys down. Okay, and then once I've collected up a bunch of these and they're nice and dry, I put them into big Ziploc bags with spritz of water, rehydrate all the leaves. Okay, so these ones I just put in here yesterday. You can see they're nice and soft. I'll take it in the garage where we can see it a bit better. Okay, so I'll try and do this one-handed. You can see the condensation in there. It's just a little bit of condensation in there because the leaves have been softened up with the spritz of water. Just bear with me, guys. I'll just get these out. Okay, they're damp. They're not soaking. See that? But they're soft. Okay, nice and soft. So if you imagine like a composting process, that's essentially what it is. The moisture and the heat will continue to break these leaves down. Excuse me while I get these back in here. As this condensation builds up in here, like at the end of every day, I will take these leaves out and I'll dry that bag out, toss the leaves around out in the fresh air so they can air, and then put them back in. No more spritzing, no more nothing, just put them straight back in. The moisture in these leaves will last as long as they're soft. They do not have to be wet. As long as they feel soft, that's fine. Otherwise you will get mold. Okay, so this evening when I've finished when the heat of the day's gone and I've finished this process for the day. I will tip those leaves out on the table, dry that bag out, and put the leaves back in. And this will go on and on for weeks. This is the fermentation process that everybody talks about, but no one seems to do. They think that they can just air cure their leaves and smoke them. See, out in the sun here, I'm getting 48 degrees in this towel. See some other ones here that have already gone quite brown. These have been going for a week now. Okay, these have been going for a week. They're getting quite brown. And when you open the bag, guys, it smells like raisins. I'm going to take it inside and open it up because I just love the smell of this stuff, guys. Okay, there's our leaves. Look how brown they are, man. Okay, that's the fermentation process. These haven't had any more water put on them since I first put them in the bag a week ago. Okay, but I open this bag every afternoon, dry the bag out, put the leaves back. I give the leaves a bit of a toss around. You know, you can change the order of the leaves, restack them, check for mold, all that. Chuck them back in the bag. Okay, you can see, you can hear it. They're a little bit dry, but they're soft. Look at that. They're soft. And they smell delicious. Okay, so that's what it's like after a week. You can keep doing this for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, until you feel that it's yummy scrummy. And then all you do is just take them out of this bag, air dry them in a cool place, let them dry. And then what I intend to do once they are got, you know, I'll let these go for another few weeks. Once they're nice and brown and smelling really delicious, I'll spread them out, let them air dry, and then I'll start spritzing them with some rum, you know, a bit of rum and a bit of whatever, a bit of water, a bit of rum, and a bit of honey, or whatever you want to do. You spritz them, let them dry. Spritz them, let them dry. They're just going to keep absorbing that flavour. And also the honey stops any bacteria or mold forming on your tobacco for long-term storage. I'm going to go through all that later on when my tobacco is actually coming through. I'll do a video on storing it into jars and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I just wanted to take you through that process. I just wanted to take you through that process of taking it from the garden, air curing it slowly, not too hot, not too windy, indoors somewhere. If you've got a house with with your carport or shed under your house, you know, the style where you open the big doors up, and you've got it under your house carport or shed or something like that. That's an ideal environment. Hang it at the back of the shed where it's not getting all the heat, but you're getting the odd draft of airflow and stuff like that. That's a perfect environment for air curing tobacco. That's it. If you've got a tobacco plant that will start to yellow on the plant, that's cool. Let them yellow on the plant and then go straight to your air curing process. If you've got a tobacco which stays green on the plant and doesn't want to yellow on the plant, that's cool. You saw my scenario with putting it between the towels or between cloth. Let it sit until it starts to go yellow. Make sure you're always airing your tobacco. You know, take the cloth off, let it air for half an hour, flip it over, let it air for half an hour, and then put the cloth back over it, and just keep doing that. It's the whole thing is actually like a composting process, and all you're doing is composting that plant matter down. And as you do that, the natural sugars and oils and everything start to come out of the tobacco, and gives it that smooth, delicious taste. I've seen a lot of footage on people that are just getting it to that air cured stage where it's been hanging in the shed and it's turned brown, and then they spritz it and shred it and smoke it. Unbelievable. A lot of people will never smoke homegrown tobacco again because of that. But yeah, go through this process, air cure it, ferment it in your zip bags, and you should just be getting a little bit of condensation in your zip bags. You want the condensation there, but you must dry it out every day, and eventually the condensation will disappear, you know, and that's okay. Just keep it in the bag until it breaks down. The other thing I wanted to add as far as fermenting in the plastic bags, if you're not getting sunny days, to put the tobacco outside, put it in the hot water cupboard, straight on top of the hot water cupboard. You're going to get 30 odd degrees in there. Pack rags over it so it holds the heat in. It may take a little bit longer, but who's in a hurry, you know, at the end of the day. That's me, guys. All the best with your tobacco air curing and zip bag fermenting. I will do another video in the not so distant future for the long-term storage of your tobacco. Thanks, guys. Enjoy it. Take care. Bye.